Have you ever wondered why some men barely try, yet women can't stop thinking about them, while others give everything and still get ignored? The truth is, obsession doesn't come from looks or money. It comes from small triggers most men never notice. Women may never admit it out loud, but these triggers decide whether she feels desire or whether she quietly loses interest. Most men miss them and stay invisible. But in this video, you'll discover the 7 triggers that make women obsessed, and once you see them, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Psychologists have found that attraction is triggered less by what you give and more by how you make her feel in small moments. One of the strongest triggers is unpredictability. When a man is slightly mysterious, when she can't fully predict what he'll say or do, her mind keeps returning to him. Think about it. Have you noticed how women quickly lose interest in the nice guy who's always available, always explaining himself, always predictable? She may appreciate him, but she never obsesses over him. Meanwhile, the man who reveals just enough, who keeps a little distance, who surprises her with calm confidence, that's the one she can't stop thinking about. It's not about playing games. It's about showing you're not controlled by her reactions. And that single shift sparks a level of curiosity that most men never create. Number 2, emotional tension. This is the hidden force that makes a woman replay your words and think about you long after you've gone. Obsession isn't built on comfort. It's built on curiosity mixed with desire. When you show interest without flooding her with attention, when you give her just enough but never everything at once, she feels that tension. She wonders what you're thinking. She questions how much she really has of you. And in that space between certainty and doubt, obsession begins. Have you ever seen this play out? A man doesn't answer her text right away because he's busy living his life. Hours later, when he finally replies, calm and direct, she suddenly lights up, more excited than if he had answered immediately. Or picture this. During a date, he listens intently, but doesn't reveal every detail about himself. She leaves smiling, but later that night she's scrolling through his profile, trying to piece together who he really is. That's emotional tension. That's the trigger most men destroy without even realizing it. If these triggers are opening your eyes, subscribe now, because the next ones will show you what truly separates ordinary men from the unforgettable. Number 3, calm authority. Women may never admit it, but one of the deepest triggers of obsession is when a man carries himself with quiet authority. Not loud, not arrogant, just a steady presence that tells her, without words, "I've got this." Picture this. You're at a restaurant, and instead of asking her 10 times what she wants to do, you already know the plan. The reservation is made, the table is ready, and you guide the evening with calm confidence. She doesn't feel controlled, she feels safe, and that safety is magnetic. Or think about when tension rises. Most men panic, raise their voices, or try to win the moment with emotion. The man with calm authority lowers his tone, slows his breathing, and holds eye contact. He doesn't fight the storm, he anchors it. And in that moment she feels something she can't resist, the pull of a man who cannot be shaken. This is where obsession begins, not with money, not with looks, but with the gravity of a man who leads without needing to shout. Now tell me this, have you ever noticed how a woman reacts differently when you lead with calm authority instead of hesitation? Drop your experience in the comments. Number 4, controlled mystery. Obsession isn't born from giving her everything at once. It's born from leaving just enough unsaid to keep her thinking. Most men overshare. They explain every detail of their lives, trying to prove they're trustworthy. But the man who knows when to hold back creates something far more powerful: curiosity. Have you ever seen it? A guy meets a woman, and within hours he's pouring out his childhood stories, his insecurities, even his failures. She listens politely, but her interest fades. Why? Because there's nothing left to discover. Now imagine the opposite. He shares pieces of his life with confidence, but not everything. He gives her a glimpse of who he is, but leaves space for her to wonder. Days later, she's replaying conversations in her head, trying to fill the gaps. That mystery pulls her in deeper than any confession ever could. This isn't about playing games. It's about living with enough depth that she realizes she hasn't even scratched the surface of who you are. And that realization is addictive. Now, if you've ever noticed how mystery pulls stronger than full disclosure, hit the like button. It tells me to keep revealing the triggers most men never see. Number 5. Unshakable standards. Nothing creates obsession faster than a man who refuses to lower his standards. Most men think keeping her means saying yes to everything, accepting bad behavior, or ignoring red flags. But the opposite is true. When a woman realizes you're willing to walk away rather than betray your own values, her respect for you deepens, and with it, her obsession. Picture this. She cancels last minute, expecting you to chase or beg for another chance. Most men would. But the man with standards doesn't argue, doesn't get emotional. He simply says, "No problem. Let me know when you're serious," and moves on. Hours later, she's replaying his words, wondering why he didn't react like the others. Or imagine she crosses a line, disrespect in public, testing your patience, trying to push too far. Instead of exploding or pleading, you calmly draw the boundary. "I don't tolerate that. If it happens again, I'm done." No shouting, no drama, just steady resolve. That moment leaves a mark. She knows you won't trade your self-respect for her approval, and that knowledge makes you unforgettable. This is not arrogance, it's self-mastery, and women can't resist a man who refuses to lose himself to keep them. Number 6. Emotional composure. The man who can master his emotions owns the frame. Most men crumble under pressure. A sharp tone, a delayed text, a sudden mood swing, and instantly they react. They chase, they argue, they over-explain, and with every reaction, respect dies a little more. Now imagine the opposite. She throws silence your way, expecting you to panic. Instead, you stay calm. She tries to provoke you with attitude, waiting for you to snap. Instead, you smile lightly, unshaken. She creates chaos, and you remain the eye of the storm. That's when something shifts inside her. Attraction deepens. Obsession takes root. Because here's the truth. Emotions are contagious. If you let her storms control you, she loses faith in your strength. But when you stay composed, she feels grounded in your presence, and that feeling is rare enough to keep her coming back again and again. And finally, number 7, purpose beyond her. The deepest trigger of all is when a man's life doesn't revolve around her. Most men make the mistake of making the woman their center, their mission, their reason for everything. At first, she enjoys the attention, but soon she feels the weight of a man with no greater purpose, and nothing kills attraction faster. The man who lives by his own mission, the one who builds, creates, and pursues something bigger, pulls her in without trying. She knows she's not his entire world. She's part of it, but never the center of it. And that's exactly why she fights to stay in it. So now tell me this. Which of these 7 triggers do you think is the most powerful? And have you seen it play out in your own life? Drop your answer in the comments. If this video gave you clarity, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this truth. And don't stop here. The next video will reveal another side of female psychology that most men never discover.